Born in 1992 in France to parents Stella and Reggie, Tiffany Maurice Christie moved to England at a young age.
I was born in France, but I moved to the UK when I was about 2 years old. I can't speak any French, but I can speak Tamil.
She was close to her mother, but had a distant relationship with her father.
I didn't have the best relationship with my dad, and so it was this year where it's 2020, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to forget everything that's happened. He's my dad, and things have happened for a reason. I don't know what the reason is, and I really wanted to build a relationship with him.
On the other hand, her sister Elodie shared a close bond with their dad. The marriage of Stella and Reggie began to crumble under the weight of financial difficulties.
My mum and dad, they left Sri Lanka, they went to France, and they moved from France to England, and it was a struggle for them. Life wasn't easy.
Both parents worked full-time, leaving Tiffany and Elodie to fend for themselves often.
Because we've kind of grown up with my mum and dad and the struggles, and watching my dad and my mum work so hard. Growing up, both my parents worked a lot.
Their diet, largely consisting of fast food, potentially contributed to Elodie's weight problems and Tiffany's current fight with rectal cancer. When family life became overwhelming, Tiffany's father found it too much to bear. The constant disagreements with his wife and the challenges of dealing with Tiffany, who was proving to be a difficult child, pushed him to his limits.
I became stronger than Elodie.
Really?
Yeah, but then we stopped fighting. What age did we? I want to say we were 16, 17, and we were still fighting. We fight for everything. You know what ends up happening usually?
What?
Elodie would like fight me, and I would end up crying. And I'd be like, Mom, Dad, Elodie just hurt me and I'm bleeding. And then she'd get told off.
You would die without me.
I want to die.
Yes, you would die. I'm like your life.
She's literally here every day. That's not my choice. That's because she wants me.
Yeah.
What do I mean to you?
Oh, I need someone for makeup.
What would you do if she wasn't there? Oh my god, imagine your life without me.
Imagine life without me. I think that'd be a good life.
Yeah, today I'm different to how I was 5 years ago. So when I have people being like, oh, I've known you when you were younger, you were such a horrible person, blah 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 blah, I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, I was younger then, I was silly, I've made mistakes. I've never ever claimed to be like, oh yeah, I've been perfect all my life. When I was younger, I used to hide in cupboards and under the bed just to scare my family into thinking I was missing.
He made the decision to leave the UK and return to Chennai, India, seeking solace in his roots. Surrounded by his family in Chennai, India, Tiffany's father finally felt at peace, far removed from the drama of the Maurice Christie family in Croydon, UK. He found contentment in his homeland. He would travel back and forth to the UK to see his children and often sent money to help with finances, providing for clothes and food for his estranged wife and daughters. However, his visits to the UK were often marred by blame and accusations. Adding to his distress was the constant comparison to his wife's side of the family, who were perceived as more successful. He grew weary of these comparisons, which only served to widen the gap between him and his family in the UK.
I do know my dad had a lot in his mind, and a lot now. I think I understand that he did have kind of a bit of depression, I would say, and he did kind of go through a lot.
His love for Stella gradually faded, and his family in India became aware of the marital issues that plagued him whenever he returned to the UK. His life seemed to be divided into two parts: the peace he found in India and the turmoil that awaited him in the UK. Tiffany's father found a strong support system in his mother and 3 brothers in India. They were a closely bonded unit, often placing the blame for the marital issues on Stella and her family. This finger-pointing stirred up protective instincts in Tiffany and Elodie towards their mother. As a result, their feelings towards their father's side of the family began to sour, adding another layer of complexity to the family dynamics.
Even some family members,
Yeah, definitely.
they were like looking and waiting for us to mess up.
Yeah.
And like even when we both got into relationships,
Yeah.
before T-Roy, I found it really hard to kind of commit to a guy, and that's true.
Yeah, because
that's
that's
true.
'cause-
Because I had issues, and I've really had a lot of trust issues. So I used to find it so difficult and hard to trust people.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of family stuff happening, and I don't want to go into too much detail because I think that's not fair, because it's not about me, it's about family members and stuff. So I just want to say that all I can say is I don't know how to say it. All I can say is just don't trust everyone.
The Maurice sisters harbored a deep sense of bitterness towards their father for his departure, feeling a profound sense of betrayal. Tiffany, in particular, made the conscious decision to erase her father from her life, behaving as if he had never been a part of it.
So, yesterday, I don't know if I left the clip in. I probably would have. But you know how I was saying we were going through a lot of family stuff and everything, but we're okay, isn't it? My sister's fine and I'm fine and she's here and we're all okay and we've sorted everything out and now we know what we need to do and, move on from what has happened, isn't it?
She turned to her YouTube channel as an outlet for her anger and resentment, using it almost like a therapy session. So in a bold move, she made a video painting her father in a negative light, exposing all the family drama as if she was writing a newspaper article. However, she quickly took down the video shortly after posting it, concerned it might stir up more family turmoil. Over 5,000 miles away in Chennai, India, Tiffany's father was gradually mending the emotional scars from the challenging years he had endured. He began to rediscover happiness in the simplest of things, immersing himself in a slower, more rewarding pace of life. Being happier and more relaxed, he found love in Chennai with a woman who loved him for his essence and not just his possessions. So overwhelmed with joy from this newfound love, they decided to add a new chapter to their story. They welcomed a baby boy, Reagan Maurice Christie, into the world. Reagan was not just Reggie's first son, but Tiffany's very first half-brother. Overpowered with love for his new son, Reggie took immense pride in introducing his son to the vibrant culture of India. He was adamant about raising Reagan in the Hindu tradition, just as he had been, despite of what his daughter Tiffany has said to the social media world. Reggie was a proud Hindu man.
My dad's family, everyone, so my dad's dad and my dad's mum, and all of them, they're all Catholic.
He introduced his son to the vibrant world of traditional Hindu culture, quite unlike the Maurice sisters who, during their upbringing, showed little appreciation for the Sri Lankan and Indian traditions that their father attempted to share with them. Back in Croydon, London, Tiffany and her family were far from thrilled about the news of Reagan's arrival. The new baby, an innocent bundle of joy, was unfortunately born into a world of resentment and indifference. The family wanted nothing to do with the infant or his parents. Despite the years that had rolled by and the clear understanding that her marriage had fallen apart long ago, Stella still couldn't shake off the feeling that she had been dealt an unfair hand. So Stella decided to seek solace in her family, particularly her sister Matilda and brother-in-law Christopher.
There she is. There's someone behind Chris' uncle.
So she's just coming out this one.
Matilda and Christopher, aware of the family's turmoil, and made a promise to Stella and the Maurice Christie sisters. They vowed to stand by them and give Tiffany and Elodie a support unit that they could always fall back on.
Then I was like, oh my, you know what, let's go to Matijitha's house. She's honestly, that's my mum's sister, and for me, she's my second mum, Chris' uncle's my second dad, and Midland's my brother, yeah?
As the years rolled on and Reagan grew older, the animosity from Stella's side of the family towards Reggie and his son remained strong. They would concoct rumors like a malicious game of Chinese whispers aimed at causing distress to Reggie and his family. They didn't care about the consequences. Their main aim was to seek revenge on Reggie. Sadly, during one of his visits to London on April 8, 2020, Reggie passed away. In the wake of this tragedy, the Christie family and Reggie's family set their differences aside and united to pay their respects at the funeral.
Where my dad was living in India, we didn't really have a strong kind of relationship with my dad's side of the family. Obviously, with every family, there's some sort of drama, right? There's always something. But the one thing I will say is, since my dad passed away, we've become a lot closer to my dad's side of the family, which is good because I feel like we've kind of all let go of the past and we're kind of starting again. We're starting again, and I guess that's a positive with everything that's happened. I think that's a positive.
Since then, Tiffany and her family have maintained a civil relationship with Reggie's brothers who live in the UK.
No, you're all coming.
I obviously knew my family were going to come over. It's something we do all the time anyways, but it was nice to see my dad's side of the family come too. I was not expecting that, so it was such a surprise. Honestly, I couldn't believe it.
However, they continue to deny the existence of Reagan to this day.